that build is in one of those 3 Paterex, okay? So that's the extent to that particular build. If in the event that, I hope that answered your question, okay? But in the event that it didn't do much, or I don't know, if you want more, maybe specify, more in your question, or if it's something I said and brought another question, please feel free to answer, to email me and ask the question, and I'll, do what I'm doing now and just go ahead on and email you, create the video and answer your question, okay? So, the next question that I did get from a brother was in regards, like I said, this was a while ago, so forgive me for taking so long with getting to y'all questions, okay? But I'm here and I got them, and it ain't gonna take that long no more, so don't worry about it. But however, this brother wanted more build on, he wanted more build on how the man rewrites the woman's DNA, okay? Okay, well, really it's the first sentence. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I'm just gonna read the first sentence. So this is from an update, and it says around June 2009. So that's all I have. I think it's June 26, 2009, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so it reads, wanted to let you know that the male always rewrites the DNA and dominates during fluid exchange, never the woman, okay? Now this bill goes into a whole lot, okay? That little one sentence, let me just explain that part, and then I might go into the rest of the bill to be able and elaborate on that to be able to bring just a little bit more clarity, okay? Now, first things first, this is a lot. A lot of times when Baba writes, he'll send us an update or put something in a book, and it'll be one sentence, but it'll be a million words. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna just start with that. Okay, first things first. Sisters, okay, and brothers, okay, understand that, okay, like Baba had explained here, that the masculine rewrites the woman's DNA, okay? So if she's a virgin and she mates with the masculine for the first time, okay, with any type of fluid exchange, particularly that kind, okay, where her hymen is broken, her DNA is, well, I'm not gonna say it won't never be the same, because she stuck with him for 7 to 9 years. It was a new build on that, but I'm gonna stay there for now. But however, he's there, and technically we should be raising our daughters, and trying, now that we understand this build, trying to live this as best we could, because just because we grew up in a time where we did not know about the exchange and DNA and him staying in, we didn't know about that, so we made mistakes. However, we know now. So it is about cleansing and allowing your body to heal from those masculines that you had, per se, right? But going back, she is never the same, because she can never be a virgin again, put it like that. So that's number one. Number two, he rewrites it because his DNA is now a part of her, okay? His DNA is a part of her. Now, a woman is created to, a Negaru woman is created to only have one mate throughout her entire lifetime, okay? In reality, in this reality, we know that that's not necessarily the case, okay? It's just not. So with that, okay, it is imperative for the woman to understand that she must, cleanse herself through Wunuwap and do her due diligence in that. But he rewrites her DNA because he becomes a part of her. So his 30 becomes her 30. So everything about him becomes her, okay? Everything about him becomes her. Now, I'm gonna have to make a note to myself because it is a part of this bill that I do want to go in, but I do not want to do it without my references, okay? I don't want to dig too deep in it until I get the quote. And sometimes when these things pop in my mind and I think about it, I know the quote exists because I did see it, but sometimes it'd be a hard time finding it. So I won't build on it until I find the quote, but just know that, you know, and if anybody has it, please just email it to me or drop it in the comment section so that I can know what it is. But it's about when a woman is with child with that particular man, she can feel his thoughts or feel like, so he can't lie, like she knows when he's lying, she knows everything, right? So I wanted to touch on that, but because it kind of coincides with this in regards to the masculine and him mixing his seed inside the woman's womb. So I'm gonna make myself a little note and I'm gonna try to revisit that eventually. However, in regards to him rewriting her DNA, he's a part of her DNA. He rewrites it. So her matrix is not what it was, but it's different, you know. That's another reason why it is imperatively important for women to choose your mate wisely. Choose your mate wisely. Yes, sometimes we make mistakes in choosing mates. Sometimes we do. Okay? Now, brothers, calm down. I'm not really talking, you know, to y'all to shun or anything, but certain things that I hit on, you know, I'm talking specifically directly to my sisters just so they can understand, because it is people out here, it is masculine out here that are out to, you know, purposely hurt women. They just are, and they have no regards. Well, I'm not saying all, okay, masculine are out to hurt women, but there are some that are out to do that. So, you know, sisters, just be careful and choose your mates wisely, okay? Because that is, you know, we're the choosers, technically. So with that, you know, it's okay to be, most of the YPN women that I know are, are usually, you know, very stern and very, you know, we know what we want because we know what we deserve, you know, as sacred feminine. You know, that's one of the things that Baba Yannanen has taught us to, like, be, okay? Y'all are deities in the physical plane. We have done as masculine, well, this is what, you know, Baba would explain to us, you know, he says we as masculine has done so much to really just, it's just done so much. I don't want to harp too much on it because it can get touchy. It can get touchy, okay? And that's not really where I'm trying to go with this particular question. But, however, okay, it is what it is. But with that, you know, we have the power and the say-so with our physical beings, okay? You can say no. I don't want that. No, I don't like that. No, I don't, you know, because you allow him in your sacred space, he's gonna rewrite your DNA. And if it doesn't work out, then you gotta go to somebody else. He's gonna rewrite something too. And if that don't work, you gotta go to somebody else, then he gonna put something. That's too much. That's too much. We have to understand that is too much. It's too much. So, be demanding, right? In what you deserve, in what you want, you know, and also put out what you want. You can't demand things, you know, if you are not living the part. Does that make sense? You know, if you are putting out that you are saying that you are, you know, deity, I'm goddess, I'm sacred feminine, be that. Be that, live that, breathe that, eat that, become that in which you are by nature. And it takes work. It's not the easiest thing, you know, it's not the easiest thing to do. It definitely takes work, but you literally become that man. And that's a lot. That's a lot. So choose wisely, you know. So when the man is in you and you and he's rewriting your DNA, make sure that's what you want. Make sure he deserved that. Okay? Because technically we're supposed to be with that particular man forever. So with that being said, I hope I didn't go too far off from the question. I don't think I did, but sometimes I do, because it's so much. It's so much with this feminine doctrine that sometimes I get excited because I know it. I know this feminine, I know this doctrine right here. You know, I'm working on other areas of the doctrine and things like that, and to know it as much as I know this part, but this is my bread and butter right here. You know, so I do have a medical background that helped a lot with understanding some things, and some things I do still have to revisit. However, those things that I know that I have learned has definitely made the understanding much clearer with this doctrine, with the feminine doctrine, okay? So, with that being said, I am going to end the video here because it is super long and I don't want it to be much longer than it already is. So, with that being said, I'm going to end the video here, okay? And I am going to touch bases again, okay, on some more things within the Sacred Feminine Doctrine and the Lotus of Life. Like I said, I'll be mainly coming out of the Lotus of Life. And if you have any other questions or any questions at all, feel free, like I said, email me, keep the questions coming. I love answering them in regards to this aspect of the doctrine. And with that, I'm going to close out. Tawahat for tuning in, and I will see you next time in the next video. Tawahat, Wadu.